Hi, and welcome to Kassie Balls Out. I'm your host, Kassie. Thank you so much for joining us this week on the show. We are officially in 2021, which means we are officially in the NFL playoffs. Now, this is the first year that does not include praying for a Patriots demise, so we're excited about that. Now, a lot of things happen in the hellfire year that was 2020, but I'm here to break down for you the Kassie Balls Out top 5 biggest thing to happen in the 2020 NFL regular season. So let's get started.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks.
Number 5. The Pittsburgh Steelers went 11-0 to start the season. This was a beautiful start to the season, which of course led to the Pittsburgh Steelers being confused. Are we getting paid to be TikTok stars, or are we getting paid to play football? Now, it was a very painful lesson to learn, but they finally learned after 3 consecutive losses that they were there to play football. An especially embarrassing loss against the Cincinnati Bengals, which we will never speak about ever again. Number 4, Antonio Brown came back into the league with Tom Brady at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, in their first game back together, they got spanked by the New Orleans Saints. Now, I know that they went on to win more games and actually play some good football and get into a group, but I really want to harp on this game that they lost so brutally to the New Orleans Saints. It was a career low for Tom Brady. They didn't score a single touchdown. It was 38-3. Number 3, Lamar Jackson left a game to go take a shit. Number 2, the Jets proved that they suck at everything, even sucking. Now, we all believed at the beginning of the season, going through most of the season, that the Jets were going to have the number 1 draft pick, and they missed out on Trevor Lawrence by winning. Just at the end there. And our number 1 story, now most of you might believe that I have forgotten about this team because they have done absolutely nothing worth talking about this year, and they've been mediocre at best. But our number 1 story that happened this year was the Dallas Cowboys throwing a COVID party at the beginning of COVID. Not only is this the most Dallas Cowboys thing I've ever heard, but it made them look selfish, irresponsible, and unempathetic. Honestly. And it started a trend, though, and this is why it's number 1, of keeping these grown-ass men who make millions of dollars accountable for their actions. For the first time, partying, going to strip clubs, doing anything outside of COVID protocols was actually frowned upon. Whether it be Kamara or Haskins or the Denver quarterbacks not following COVID protocols, there have actually been consequences for these men's actions, and this is something that I think we need to move forward post-COVID. Now, the big story of this week was people are upset for the Eagles sitting Jalen Hurts during the game on Sunday. Now, the Giants fans are going ballistic over it because they lost going to the playoffs. Now, I get it. I have been in your position. I have needed the Browns to do something for me to go into the playoffs. I get it. It's rough. But also, I think the part that's even more rough and embarrassing is the fact that your team couldn't make the playoffs in the worst division in the NFL. You won 6 games. In what universe do you deserve to go to the playoffs? I mean, who do you think you are, Ohio State? Anyways, people are saying, including our Kassie Balls Out biggest enemy, Chris Collinsworth, I would never be able to do something like that. I would never be able to tank a game. But think about it. Even just this week, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Pittsburgh Steelers, don't teams that are winning and in the playoffs do that every year? So, what's the difference, Chris? What is it? Me personally, I think I made for crappy football. I put on some Bridgerton instead. I get it. It sucked. It was boring. But also, if I'm an Eagles fan, you want a better draft pick by losing 1 game when you're already not making it to the playoffs? You want to see what your backup players can do? Yeah, go for it. So thanks for joining us this week on Kassie Balls Out. Join us next week where I talk about the playoffs and all of Bougie's opinions on who won and who lost. So thanks and have a great day.